Howdy ho traders. I haven't done a video for a while. I got injured today at work, or this week at work, so I'm stuck in bed here. Just thought I'd do a video real quick here, some things I'm looking at, just a little bigger overview look at things. And I'm trying not to do any type of directional. I'm a day trader, so I could come in Monday, be all bullish or all bearish, depending on how things are setting up. Some things I'm looking at here. I like using volume profile on my charts, and I'm starting out with my monthly time frame on SPY, and to give me just a better idea of where we're at. And so basically since the COVID situation, we have just completely just went parabolic into a parabolic phase in the markets as there's more liquidity in the global economy than there has ever been in history. And none of these countries really want to pull it back. So one of these days, it'll probably all crumble, but we don't know how long down the road that's going to be. Some things I'm looking at here. On a monthly time frame, our volume point of control, that's the highest point to do business. A lot of liquidity down here. It's down here below the 200-day moving average. And over time, on any type of corrective phase, your S&Ps, your NASDAQ, they always come back down to the 200 SMA. So just remember that. I don't know. It might be 10, 20 years from now for them to do that. But, that does tend to happen. And currently the 200-day moving average is at, what's that, 224, okay, basically, and we're trading at 436. So, we're trading, basically 40% higher than where the 200-day moving average is at. So just keep that in the back of your mind, where we could go in the future. Okay. So I'm going to go down here on some smaller time frames now. Okay. Where do I want to start? Starting daily, I guess. Okay. Currently, we're trading above the daily volume point of control. So that means on the day versus the daily time frame, we are on a bullish, still in the bullish uptrend. Okay, and the bullish side of inventory. Okay, excuse me. We have come down to a major potential support area. So there is you can draw a trend line through here, and as of Friday, we could be bouncing at this price point. So be mindful of that. Okay. Some things I do want to point out here, though. Okay. If you go down on a 4-hour time frame, is it going to show it? I think it'll be showing up on ES better, I think. Messing my charts up here. What's going on? One second here. Gotta find the button now. I apologize for that. I was on the wrong chart. So basically, you see how we came up into these highs right here? I think we're doing a similar pattern here, but with a lower high. So basically, we came into these highs. Immediately when we came into those highs, we topped out right here on our MACD, and then we started having negative divergence, okay, on the MACD, and eventually rolled over, marking a head. So this is a head and shoulders top right here, which took quite a while for it to play out. Now we're coming back up again into this smaller time frame. Similar situation. We peaked out right here. Okay. Negative divergence. It's looking like a possible head forming right here, which would ultimately mean this down in this area down here would be your shoulder area, down here in the green area. Okay. In addition to that, okay, there's a little gap right here, which we back tested, pretty much back tested there Friday, awful close to it. Okay, so this is an island top. Okay, and if we can break gap down Monday, or break this island, that's a fairly significant bearish pattern to be breaking out of an island, to be breaking down. So island patterns, they do everything in their power to support those, and to break an island is quite a bearish pattern. So you would have to look for the measure, the distance of the head would be a fast retrace that would put you. See, if you're breaking that whole pattern right there, you're the measure move puts you down here. Yeah, you're looking possibly all the way down to 4060, the 4060 area here for the measure breakdown on your S&Ps, ES. Okay, so just be mindful of that going forward. So some other things I'm looking at here, and we got the Federal Reserve this week, and I was looking at crude oil today, and this is starting to really bother me here. So which time frame was I looking at? Let's go monthly. And what's bothering me here, you see where we're right into resistance right here going into the Federal Reserve, but we're above these prior highs. Okay, and you see how the volume profile, this is a very bullish, potentially very bullish pattern for crude oil going into the end of the year. And if you come down here and look at this, our MACD on the monthly, it's just about to reset for a bullish momentum setup. So we're going into that Federal Reserve with the crude looking like it's preparing for a leg higher on the monthly time frame. And so this is something we have to be concerned about, because I think it's about 2 million barrels a day in all that the OPEC has cut back, and it's having an impact on inventories. And U.S. is pumping as much as we can pump, and we're still seeing signs that crude is poised to take off here. And typically, market tops. One of the main things that causes a market top is crude oil, gasoline prices getting out of control, triggering a recession. So this is a situation that the Fed is actually trying to control a market sell-off. But if they lose control of crude oil here, that could be this could be something that could definitely break the back of the Fed. So just be mindful of that scenario going forward here. And everybody's thinking about interest rates are going to go higher and higher and higher. The issue I've got right here, if this thing starts breaking out, you're probably going to see a bid in bonds as traders are liquidating SPX. So be mindful of that. There's a rotation into bonds at 5%, just so it's better to have your cash for 5% in bonds than to you don't want to park it in cash. 5% is better than no percent. The safety of bonds for 5%, that's a pretty good deal. So just something to think about going forward here. So there's some things I'm looking at right here, but this is starting to really concern me here on the crude oil space going forward. Okay, let's see here. Okay, some other things I'm looking at here. Copper. So right now on a monthly time frame, we are in a bullish pattern on our volume profile. Okay, and this here is where we should be trading in a normalized inside the volume, your typical volume profile. We're trading above that. We've been doing that for some time now in this bullish stance. You can always put a fibs up here. If I can get this to work above that, and it gives you some idea. Okay, the 23.6. Okay. So basically, we've done a 78.6 retrace. We're fighting the 78.6 retrace of this breakout area. So this is getting a little concerning here that, this is starting to weaken. And this is going to be a continuation down, in my opinion. So be mindful of that. In a healthy market, okay, uh, this is buy the dip. We should be buying the dip for a market move. But we hear the news is coming out of China and Europe. Things are awfully weak and stuff. This looks to me more like that we're starting to break down on crude on copper, and that is one of your leading indicators of a global market slowdown. Okay, another one that concerns me a little bit here, and that's the steel industry. Uh, Last week we had a buyout out of the blue for U.S. Steel, and it was a failed breakout for the steel ETF. Uh, it should have actually broke out last week. And when something doesn't do something that it should, then I start really rethinking how I'm looking at it. This is a bullish pattern, technically. Okay, so basically, we came up on our MACD right here in the primary uptrend. That's what you typically see. Then you have a reset, okay, and they pretty well held prices in this same. Yeah, I got the channel here in this trading zone. We've held prices in that is typically a bullish continuation pattern. But the failed breakout last week, now that gives me some pause now. That This is another one of your leading indicators of the global market strength, and not finding new buyers last week is a warning sign to me. And you see this uptrend right here. I would be worried that this week we're going to start seeing a breakdown. Okay, we are outside of the monthly pattern. Okay, and we all know that the central governments, banks are trying to slow down the global economy, and on a monthly time frame, we are currently trading outside of our volume profile, our typical. So, you know, just be mindful of that as a warning that our leading indicators are not supporting further upside. So be mindful of that. Some warning signs that we have going into this week. Apple's trading below the weekly 21 SMA. Let's go through some of these monsters attack. Microsoft trading below the 21. Okay. Nvidia reports Tuesday. We're still above our main weekly. That's our 20, and that's our 50 right there. Very extended. Nvidia is one of the most expensive stocks in the world right now. Wouldn't take much to, you see the very elongated volume profile? It would not take much to just completely implode this stock, so be mindful of that. A move back down to 308 on earnings is not out of the cards, in my opinion. 308 would be my initial target on that one. Let's see here, what else? Tesla. Tesla wants to go down to the 200-day moving average. We are currently trading below the 20 weekly, 21 weekly. Okay, the 200-day moving average on the daily. Yeah, so it came off a close Friday, but hasn't quite got there yet. Okay, and then we have Google's holding out the best. Okay, holding up pretty good. You have your 50 weekly 50 is above your weekly 21 on that one there, so it's a little bit inverted right now on the moving averages, but it's holding in that weekly 50. Maybe this week we might finally break that, so keep an eye on that one. Meta started showing signs last week of trouble. Yeah, see what happened with Meta. Yeah, so no, the weekly 50 is down here. Sorry, weekly 50 is down here. There you go. There's the weekly 20 right there. And then see what's the other ones. AMD. AMD is trying to lose the weekly 20, 21. Any others? I'm forgetting one. Amazon. And then Amazon's way above it, too. Okay, so we're not in too much trouble yet. We are seeing some signs here that some of our momentum names are trying to, they're back testing and trying to break the weekly 21s. And that would be a problem, because a lot of times you'll come down to 21 and you'll just chop around for a good while before a continuation back up. That's a really nice reset area, so keep that in mind in your trading. Here on the weekly, though, look at Amazon, and that MACD really looks like it's ready just to puke. Definitely keep that in the back of your mind. Okay, so I got to say, I'm just rambling too long here, so I'll see you guys in trading. It looks like I'm gonna be off work for several weeks, so just DM me whenever you get a chance.